fifth dimension. Aquarius I am. We in the Aquarius age for the next 2,000 years, you dig?
Swing low, time to move on. Light years in time, ahead of our time.
I want to free your mind by helping you understand the zodiac signs. That's right, you're live with Aquaman in the zodiac zone where the cosmos is your home. I'm your very own Anpu, the real urban guru, coming through on the mothership. So let's open up your cosmic memory bank and swing down to earth with a shit stain. Hey, what's happening, man? This your guy Anpu, the real urban guru, man, just stepping off the mothership, man. I told you I had a double header for you today. I just uploaded the Venus Williams fatal car accident that she was just in, okay? I just uploaded that video. If you haven't seen it, check it out, man. Check that channel. Check that video out. Of course, man, listen, we got a lot of stuff going on, all right? I'm not going to make this video long as the other one. But you want to get at us at theimaginationguru.com. You want to do that. That's where we at and where we dropping some serious science, man, and showing you how to really apply it is the key, how to activate certain principles, and then backing that thing up, these techniques, these applications that we do with actual neuroscience and show you what's going on in the brain. It's very important that you understand the command center in your brain, all right? Very important to understand that. All right. Also, listen, man, we got a ton of events going on. The Prime Minister, Minister Drew, my brother at the Imagination Guru, just hit the shop tab, hit the webinar. July the 23rd, he got a webinar coming up. You want to get into that. In fact, we're going to do a free preview on that webinar. So just drop your email off at theimaginationguru.com. We're going to do this free preview for you on the 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, so we email you and send you something in your email the day of about 7:30 p.m. Eastern, where we actually send you a link and a phone number to call. All right, this is getting into programming your inner space is the name of this particular webinar. All right, so we're going to totally hook you up with that. All right, and then on my side on August the 20th, I got a webinar over at myastrologycoach.com. All right. Getting into science, man. My webinar is, I'm dealing with the elephant in the room. Don't nobody want to deal with it. It's actually called Kitty Karma, removing negative energy before it starts. All right. Removing negative energy before it starts. It's just real. You know what I mean? If you're a mischievous little kid, you grow up, you'd be this teenager, rambunctious, and then you start getting into kind of trouble. All of this stuff can be foreseen by understanding this particular science that I'm bringing. And yeah, I'm calling it a science because that's what it is. All right. But I'm going to give you that webinar for free. I give you that webinar for free if you take advantage of the solar eclipse special that I have. All right. I'm going to show you again. I just showed it in the Venus Williams joint. All right. But the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse special that I have, you want to take advantage of this. All right. Because when you come over here and get this eclipse special before August the 1st. All right. Before August 1st. So you got all of July. I'm going to give you the webinar for free. So my August 20th webinar, you get that absolutely free. Remember, inside of that webinar, I'm going to also do the first 10 people who sign up. I'm going to do your readings for free in the webinar because I have to educate the audience. Okay. So sign up for the webinar, or if you don't want the webinar and you say, you know what, let me get a personal one-on-one with this dude. Hey, do that because it's a super duper crackhead price right now to keep it a buck with you. All right. And you want to do it before August the 1st because again, I'm going to put you inside of the webinar absolutely free on me. All right. So let's get busy, man. Let's get into the juice. All right. Let's get into this juice. Let me pull it up here. All right. You know, the whole thing is about Kanye West and Jay-Z beefing. Two brothers that was up on the throne who had an album, Watch the Throne. Now they going at it, right? So my job is to show you, obviously, what I would call the astrodynamics of what is going on, okay? The astrodynamics, all right? And so Jay-Z is a Sagittarius. Facts, okay? This is a fact. He's a Sag. All right, and Kanye West is a Gemini. These two signs are in opposition to one another. Opposition tends to bring about conflict. However, a highly evolved opposition is supposed to represent balance because both people are opposite one another. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Gemini is an air sign. Fire needs oxygen to breathe, to live. You see what I'm saying? You snuff out the oxygen, you don't have no fire. Real talk. All right. This is not saying Jay-Z needs Kanye West. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply talking about elemental, energetic makeups of personalities. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And so these two tend to go well together, like the earth signs tend to blend together, such as the earth and water signs tend to blend. Okay. Because air is considered masculine, so is fire, because they're very active principles in nature. Air is very on the go. It's on the go. You can't see it. It's evasive. Fire is very active, whereas water is calm. Water is nurturing. It's always been symbolic for a woman because her water breaks as she gives birth. So it's always been synonymous with a woman. Water, always, right? And then earth is Mother Earth. So those two have always been synonymous with the divine feminine principle in creation. Facts. Okay? So, but since they're in opposition, and opposition can represent conflict because it's like two people are diametrically opposed to one another, they're bumping heads. You feel me? That's likely to happen. Okay? So as you see in this diagram, you see both of them sun sign, the sun, the circle with the circle inside of them, are in opposition, and then bam, it'll be a clash. But this is typical, and you will see it. And I did a video before with Drake and Meek Mill, their opposition, Scorpio and Taurus, they opposition, and at first they worked together, and then a beef came. It's the typical opposition thing. It's likely to happen, but you have to be highly evolved for it not to happen. Okay. So let's look at something, because I see some things in this chart that is really, really freaking alarming, really alarming. All right. But I'm gonna deal with some eclipse patterns. Okay. Because we're on the eve of two eclipses that's coming up. The big one is going to be August the 21st. That's the big one. The little one is going to be on August the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, August the 7th. All right. So this is JayZ's birthday, 12/4/69. All right. Shout out to Hov. I arrived on the day Fred Hampton died. Listen, I'm going to keep saying it until this shit, I'm blue in the damn face. The question is, because JayZ was born rather on the day that Fred Hampton died. And he acknowledged that. And I always raise the question, could God be intelligent enough to move the spirit of Fred Hampton into Sean Carter, JayZ, and now show us the process of revolution is not through black power or what we would call nationalism. It's actually through corporate excellence. You're not going to tell me JayZ is not a mirror of corporate excellence. You can miss me with that. Okay. So is that the new game? Because clearly the culture of the people ain't about revolution. It ain't about that. It ain't about walking around here, black power. Come on, man. Like, and I'm not knocking that, but it's not the main frame of the culture inside of the United States of America. It's not. And the younger generation don't care nothing about no struggle. Don't nobody want to struggle. People want to get out of that phase and move on to the milk and the honey. All right. So 12/4/69, JayZ is born. All right. And the question is, or not question, let's look at the position of the moon. The moon is by the Virgo constellation astronomically when we take a look at the heavens. Fact. This is an astronomical facts. I'm going to spit nothing but facts. Listen, because I saw a comment on something else. Any astronomer, any disbeliever, bring your shit. Bring it. Let's have a public dialogue of facts. Bring it. Don't sit up there and troll, because I really want to get into this shit. All right? I do this. All right? I'm telling you, I'm going to bust your ass. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you, because I can't understand the warped psychology that they have. So excuse my passion, all right? So anyway, this is an astronomical fact, all right, that you will have the moon is by the Virgo constellation when Jay-Z is born. But damn, ain't his wife Beyonce a Virgo? Yes, she is. I already put a video up explaining why they are a $1 billion couple. If you missed that video, click on the videos on this channel. Take your time, go through this information, because this information, I'm telling you, I'm saying, hands down, is the most important information to know. Hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. All right? Because I'm talking about the evolution of consciousness, and I'm talking about, in some cases, how you can prevent death, an untimely death in a sense. All right? So anyway, the moon was right here when Jay-Z was born, 12/4/69. You actually see the dates and everything. All right? So now let's move up to 4/3/1977. Why am I looking at 4/3/1977? Because this is about 2 months before Kanye West was born. Important to understand this. In the last video that I did with Venus Williams, I talked about why it is important for you to understand the position of the eclipses before you were born and then after you were born, because you are in between those eclipse points. If you missed that video, I'll give a reference again to the Breakfast Club interview with Irv Gotti, where he talked about he had a psychic friend astrologer, or his wife had a psychic friend astrologer at a party, and she gave Irv a reading, and she said, well, this eclipse was here when you were born, and this hit this, and it's going to be a chain of events that take off in your life. Facts. Facts. That is on the record of Irv Gotti. Got this on the record with the Breakfast Club. Facts. Okay? So, listen, this is why I say, fuck you, astronomers. You stupid. You don't understand it. Because, again, we have this on the record as physical, tangible proof. Okay? So, the eclipse before you're born or after you're born, these are sandwiching you. These are like galactic portals that are sandwiching you. Your birthday is in between these 2 points, okay? And you have to understand them. So for Kanye West, the eclipse that was right before his birthday, okay, was on April the 3rd. And look where it's at. It's in the exact same position where the moon was at when Jay-Z was born. Now listen, I keep saying this. The moon is only in the zodiac sign for roughly 2.5 days. She moves very, very quickly, 13 degrees a day on average, and she's only in there for 2 days, a little over 2 days, and she out. So what is the odds of an eclipse? First of all, eclipses, man, listen, man, an eclipse and the full moon are not the same, okay? An eclipse is when the moon, earth, and sun, for lack of a better word, are on the same declination. They're on the same level. You know how sometimes, you know, the moon look like it's below the sun, and then it's the sun, and you can't see the moon because, you know, the brightness of the sun. So every time the moon goes through the same sign with the sun, it's not an eclipse. You feel me? So when it is an eclipse, they're on the same level. All right? So the eclipse are a little bit more potent. All right, because there's some type of covering that's taking place or a blockage taking place. Same thing. All right. So for Kanye West, his prenatal eclipse was in the exact same spot where Hov's moon was, which is right by the Virgin, which is Beyonce. Which this explains why Kanye West will take up for Beyonce and go up against a Taylor Swift and say, well, Beyonce had the hottest album of the year. Right? Bingo. This is why. Okay. All right. So let's move to the birthday of Kanye West, June 8th, 1977. You see the day. Where is the moon at when he was born? The moon is between Aquarius and Pisces. Okay. When you see it on an astronomical level. Facts. This is this location. Okay. Now let's move to Hov's eclipse after he was born. Remember, Hov was born on 12/4, December 4th. So that following year, 1970, the first eclipse after he was born, okay, was on March the 7th. Where is this solar eclipse taking place? exactly where Kanye West has the moon at when he was born. You feel me? So this is not it is. It's a coincidence. Two things coincide. They're running on top of one another. Just like you have the blocking of the moon and the sun as you see in this particular picture. Okay? Now, we're coming up on the eclipse season in August, and we're starting to see this energy manifest between these two. And again, that Venus Williams joint that I put up is off the freaking chain. Off the chain. Now, so the eclipse or the moon is feminine. So we can say Beyonce, we can say Kim Kardashian. We can say the sun is masculine. So therefore, they go Hove and they go Kanye West. So, to a degree, the talk is, well, Beyonce is private. Kardashian is very public. They don't even mix. They're just different styles. It seems like they don't mix, right? And you always just have I think that's a good hypothesis, a good educated guess in a sense, right? But when you look at these eclipse points, it talks about how a male, female, how their perception of the other person's feminine energy will be affected. So what I mean is this: if Jay-Z was born or has an eclipse in the same location where Kanye West has the moon at, Jay-Z has a certain perception about Kanye's ideology about women, because again, the moon for anybody, man or woman, represents an angle of how you think about or how you express your emotions. Facts. Okay, this is a fact. So it gives us a direct insight into your feminine psychology, and everybody has it. It don't matter if you're a man or a woman. Everybody has feminine psychology. Everybody has masculine psychology. All right, this is why I say the Chinese got it straight, because they got the yin yang symbol together as one unit. Okay, and then as you seen earlier, if Kanye West has an eclipse exactly where Jay-Z has the moon, then Kanye West has a certain perception about Jay-Z's female expression, his female psychology, his woman of choice as well. You feel me? So I just wanted to point that out to you. This is no coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, because again, the moon moves very freaking fast. And the only thing you got to do is fact check me, Google check me. The ancients been knew about this science, bro. And I'm not about to let nobody shit on it. I put your bread up, for real. Put it all up. And I'm telling you, we're going to show you what it's like, all right? The ancients been knew about this science. They were not building pyramids to point to to stars just to be cute. You out your mind. You out your rabbit mind. That did not happen. All indigenous cultures have always, on any landmass, has always had a high regard and a high respect towards the cosmic consciousness. All of them. It only became a problem when at the advent of the church in the Inquisitions, when Christianity was trying to get up off the ground and come and conquer the world. You dig? And even that is a celestial science if you understand it properly. It's just encoded. You feel me? So listen, man. Listen. I'll love to have this dialogue with anybody that want to have this dialogue. Real talk. Seriously. All right. So with that, I just wanted to give y'all that, man. Listen, get at me. I'm on Twitter, Real Urban Guru. Instagram, Real Urban Guru. Hip Hop Astrology TV. All right, right here on YouTube. Listen, subscribe, share with a friend. I always say, everybody knows their zodiac sign, man. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows they sign. They rep they sign. The question is, when are you going to grow and say, you know what? I know the basics, the very basic mechanics of how the solar system works. I always do this circle because we're going in a circle in 12 months, known as the 12 zodiac signs, which is the number 12 on your wall clock is number 12 too. All of this is science. The measurement is a ruler, 12 inches. We're talking about measuring your reality with the 12 signs of the zodiac. Real talk, seriously. And let me be very clear. The signs are just a mirror of human consciousness. The signs ain't producing too much like that. It's your decisions and the actions that you have to take, bro. All right. So it's I put it like this, and this is why I always say the best expression of this is cosmic energy is a vehicle. Your conscious is the driver. You're not driving nothing without a vehicle, and the vehicle is useless without a driver. So it's not that one is better than the other. They go hand in hand. It's the yin yang symbol. They go hand in hand. All right. So listen, man, get at me, myastrologycoach.com. All right. If you want to get at me, man, get at me. Get this workbook, bare minimum. You can get this workbook, the self-activation workbook. Put this together a few years ago to help you understand yourself. The way it's formatted, it teaches you how to pull up your own chart, teaches you how to start defining the own cosmic energies that make up who you are. All right. So check that out. I'm on iTunes, The Zodiac Made Easy, all Amazon, all digital outlets. All right. The Zodiac Made Easy. And then the other one is Planets in Harmony. Planet, like Bone Thugs. Shout out Bone. Planets in Harmony. They're both under Inner Peace Lighthouse on iTunes, Amazon, and all digital media outlets. You got a question? Get at me. Call me directly. 267-403-4078. Peace.
Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.